Alright guys, so Ninja Andrew back again to do another look at a weapons video here on Advanced Warfare. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the SAC-3, the SAC. And don't worry, I won't make any jokes about you guys having to watch me while I play with my SAC. I mean, wait, what? As we can see here from the weapons description, it's fully automatic, akimbo only, best in class fire rate. Now, what does that mean? It means you get two of them, and you have to hold them akimbo, and it has best in class fire rate when you pull both triggers. Now, I don't agree with that. Because if you go and look at my MP11 video, you will see what I consider to be the best in class fire rate. I think that while the fire rate on this weapon is good, I don't think that it compares 100% to the MP11, but I guess that's just my own opinion, because I guess you are seeing two bullets hit the wall at the same time here everywhere that I shoot, so it is quite a lot of firepower on a small area. But I also think that the fire pattern here is quite erratic when compared to say the MP11 or even like the KF5 or whatever. It's like the crosshairs here don't get as small when I'm standing still, and while I do shoot within them, it's all over that spot, like all over it. Whereas with some of the with the KP5, it's more like, you know, within a shorter range, you know. So you don't get the best performance out of these guns if you're trying to get accuracy. These guns are all about running and jumping and shooting people with both of them, which is cool. I won't disagree with that, but here's the thing. The difference between the MP11, say in this gun, when I'm firing the MP11, I can still remain moving at full speed, whereas when I'm firing both of these, it slows me down. It acts as if I am aiming down sights, even though I'm not 100%. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like there's a hidden disadvantage there where you feel like, oh, I'm getting more, you know, firepower out of these guns than that silly MP11, but you're also slowing yourself down and making yourself a bit of a sitting target when you're using these guns. And if I'm moving around fast and moving past you, all I will say is that when I see a guy using these guns, you know, he might kill me 30% of the time, and I will kill him the other 66 or whatever. You know what I'm saying, 33.3. You know, he'll kill me a third of the time. The other 2/3, I'm killing him at least, at like a minimum. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't really take them too seriously when I see somebody using them. It doesn't matter what attachments you put on them. It doesn't matter what you do with them. I feel like you move slow even just using them, you know what I mean? So it's like, you can use them. They are a decent weapon. If you're like, oh, well, what does it feel like? Do I have to? You do have to individually fire both. Like, that's L2 and that's R2. So you do have to push both at the same time. It's kind of like aiming down sights. So it shouldn't feel too unfamiliar and shouldn't look too unfamiliar, as long as you think about it as like, oh, when the guy pops around the corner, I've got to aim down sights and start shooting. So if you sort of train yourself like that, you'll eventually get used to being able to sort of press both at the same time and just, you know, deal with it. Kind of like controlling a tank in some other games that I've played, or, you know, kind of reminds me of Katamari for whatever reason. So let's take it out onto the firing range and see where this gun works. Well, I'm gonna try it like it's fully automatic, guys. I'm trying. What I'll say is that it feels a little bit harder to control than when you're using a single weapon, because I'm having to press that other trigger with my hand. It sort of like tenses up my muscles so that looking around isn't as easy as it would be otherwise. And as well, like, you can go fully automatic with these guys, but I will say that it's not impossible, but it does take some skill to be like a proficient player with these guns, and fire them fully automatic and run around and be a beast with them. If you can do that, you are the Beastmaster, and you have my permission to continue beasting as much as you want. For everybody else, that would be kind of something maybe to work towards if you were looking to challenge yourself. If you want to grow yourself as a player, these might be the weapons to consider using, just because they're going to force you to be within a certain range of your enemies. Why do I say that? Well, let's try to fire long range. Do like fully automatic for the first score. So nowhere near the performance of some of the other SMGs we've looked at. I'll even do like a single gun here, trying to be accurate by burst firing at them, and you can see it takes a lot of shots. And if you got an enemy that's running, like these are on stationary targets that are just freaking sitting there waiting for me to shoot them. If you got a guy that's like, I'm gonna jump up in there and then boost over there, and you're like, where did you just go? And I needed to shoot at you at some point while you were doing all that, you're gonna be lucky to land a couple shots on him, and all you will probably accomplish is letting him know where you are and letting them know where to come and find you to kill you. So my advice for this weapon, close range only, like, and only, whereas like the MP11 still has that versatility of being able to, you know, reach out to a medium distance. This gun just can't do it, and not very accurate. Like if this was an enemy that I had to target in real life, you know that I would be jumping and dashing out to the side here and firing away. But having to try and hit him from this angle, not the easiest. See, it's great if you have enemies all up close on you, and if you play a close range game, maybe this is the gun for you. I just think that given that you get better performance, I would say, out of, say, the MP11 or even a shotgun for close range, like, this gun just doesn't cut it for me, despite the apparent advantage of having the best-in-class fire rate. So I will let you guys make your own decisions and come to your own conclusions. You know, leave me your questions and comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And join me again next time, where I'll be taking a look at the AMR-9 submachine gun. Woot!